G'day, how are you? This morning I was driving to work, and as I quite often do, the car's a good time to be mulling over stuff. And the question that came to me this morning was, where does business leadership start? My name's Edward Plant from Leader Better Business, and I work with business owners basically to double their income and halve the time in the business, specifically through strategic leadership. So that question came to me, and the answer for me was quite easy. I've spent 17 years in the Australian Army, working with soldiers, officers, all around the world. And I remember there was one point in my career I was in charge of 150 blokes, and I was their leader. I had to make the decisions and motivate, inspire them, and create the action plan for them to do whatever we wanted. We were in preparation training to go over to Malaysia, and I was a little bit overweight, and I took some of my guys for a run. They were my lieutenants, so my core supervisor group, and they left me for dead. I was a bit overweight, I was unfit, and at the end of it I was bright red, struggling for breath, could hardly put a conversation together with them, and I realised that if I was going to lead these guys overseas, I needed to physically be in better shape in order to lead them and be the leader I wanted to. So the question, where does leadership start? There's 4 key areas in your business where leadership will have great impact. But where does it start? The first part, and the absolute most important part, is business leadership starts with your leadership, with leadership of self. And that's what I'm talking about in the Army, where I was overweight, I wasn't able to physically lead the guys, so I knew I needed to change that. The fitter you are, the more capable you are in your skill and technical ability, the better off you're going to be. So from a personal leadership perspective, it's about getting in and doing exercise. It's how you eat. It's how you interact with your family. It's how you deal with challenges, both emotional and physical, for you personally. So that's number 1, personal leadership. Number 2 is how you lead your business. And I'm not talking about your staff or customers or any of that. I'm talking about how you create the vision of where you want the business to go, how you come up with the strategies that are needed to create the success that you want. Business leadership. So that's number 2. The third one is team leadership. So this is about getting your staff, your contractors, your suppliers working for the best benefit of your business. And so we work with some organisations that have staff spread throughout the world, and some of them are virtual staff. So they hardly ever meet them, and it's all done over Skype, GoToMeeting, emails, audio messages, Basecamp for tracking, Trello, whatever it is. And so that's complicated. But what they do is they sort of just leave them as a contractor out in the world instead of bringing them into their team. Now, personal experience in business of the last 6 years has shown me that the more you get out of your team, the less you have to do, which is brilliant, but the better they perform and the better results your business gets. So team leadership is number 3. The fourth one is consumer leadership. Now, everybody, doesn't matter what your business is, your customers are going to you as the go-to person, the go-to guy, the go-to lady. And they're going there because you make it easier for them, you're great at what you do, you provide, you deliver, whatever it is. All of those people in this part of their life that you are involved in want to be led. They want it to be easy, they want it to be simple, and they want it to be effortless. So you need to lead them. You might need to make it simple for them to go from having no idea about you to them loving what you do and following you on a long-term relationship. So they're the 4 keys to leadership, to business leadership. The first one starts with you, Second one is your business leadership. The third one is staff leadership or team leadership. And then the fourth one is consumer or customer leadership. So if you start getting all of those working better, you'll have a better business. So that's all I've got time for now. But if you've got a question or not sure where to start, just send us an email and let me know what your question is. Looking forward to seeing how you go. But that's all I've got time for. Edward Plant from Lead a Better Business.